What is happening, shrub crafters? So, trying to do this on my phone, so here we go. Guns to avoid 2025. So it's been a while, and I've been talking about doing some videos on modern hunting guns. You can see a bunch of the black powder back here. So this year, something I've been kind of going after with some of my injuries over the years is trying to get light recoiling, good deer guns that are also capable of accepting threaded ends, so that I can make it, put a break on the end of these guns and make everything kind of relatively pain-free. So I've actually had a bunch of different guns that I've added, in the last year and a half. Have been testing, and I guess we'll get right into it. So last year I got, or back in September of 2024, I got a Bergara, which was the B14, nice heavy barrel, eliminate some of the recoil. Got that in 308. Had some issues with that. We'll talk about that in another video. And then, so as a follow-up today, last 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, I got the new, for me, right here, CVA bull barrel varmint hunter, and this area 419 break on the end. Comes with a nice, super nice stock, fluted. I think they call this their medium bull barrel. 243, and that's something that I have wanted a little bit. And on top, we are sporting an excellent optic. If you haven't checked these out yet, Athlon. This is actually a 4.5 to 27 by 50. This is the illuminated reticle, and this is a mill version reticle. I forget what they call it. And then on top of here, here is your mag release for the all plastic mag. This is backwards, but 6.5 Creedmoor 308 and 243. It's all plastic. CVA Bergara. Does work well, cycles flawlessly. And here's one of the big #1 red flags of this gun and series, which nobody will tell you, I'm guessing, because I didn't find it until after I contacted Bergara. There are no more 10-round magazines for the Varmint Hunter series of guns. So you can get one with the gun. You get 0 options to buy extra. I reached out to them. Robbie was exceptional and responded to me and told me that this gun was unavailable with any more magazines until they get them in from their supplier. Unknown when that's going to be. I asked if I could be added to a list. They do not have the capability to put me on a list, so once they're on the website, they will be there, whether or not they actually ever come in. 2, I checked everything factory stock. This is a free float. There is a slight drift to the side no matter what I could get. It is not touching anywhere. This barrel shoots exceptionally well. I've got some awesome couple sub-MOA groups, but most hovering right at around 1 MOA. Again, like Bergara, they do tell you that they only test with one type of ammo, and that they only do 3-shot groups, not 5, not 10, not 15. So 3-shot groups. Trigger is excellent on here. It's a nice wide trigger, non-serrated. You can get a very, very nice purchase on there. Again, second focus plane. This is the Midas BTR Gen 2, 4.5 through 27. Pick this up through your optics. Something to be aware of too. Athlon has put out all new guns, all new optics with all of the accessories. So you actually get the throw lever and the flip caps plus the sunshade with every one of their new Gen 2 guns. This is a Gen 2, did not come with it. I reached out to Athlon. They are sending me all the updated hardware. When I asked your optic for it, they told me my option was send it back, and they could send me a different scope. What's the point of doing that when I just need the accessories? Then they reached out to, I asked them to reach out to Athlon. They said that it would be an unknown time frame in which they could do it, so they offered to refund me a little bit of money. So I took the money, reached out to Athlon myself. Athlon is sending those to me. So whether or not your optic really reached out to there, they do have excellent customer service, although not always the most knowledgeable in every aspect of things, and sometimes I think they just don't care. That said, who am I? So what does it matter? All right, next up on this, the stock, wonderfully easily adjustable, comes right out. Check that out. This is not a complete competition rig. You can see it is wide open, and it is a nice, soft, spongy base pad. All said and done, you've got a 5/8 24 thread on the end. It's if you use these Area 419 brakes, they are exceptionally easy to put on, and recoil out of this was non-existent. That is where the positives to this gun pretty much end outside of the accuracy. This bronze is awesome. So first up, gun shot well. I single loaded a couple just to get some stuff on the books. I started with factory ammo. With the factory ammo, I was trying the 95 grain core locked, which was a terrible, worst grouping I got at 100 yards from a sandbag, not a bipod, front and rear bags, heavy bag. I was hovering right at 2 inches. I was Remington 95 grain core lock. This is a 1 in 10 inch barrel. Oops, sorry, my stool is spinning. Next up, I tried the 100 grain Winchester white box. I forget which one. I don't have it in front of me now. That did relatively good with average about 1.18 to 1.5. 5-shot groups, not threes. When I did a 3-shot group, I actually was right at 1 MOA in 2 of the groups with 100 grains. And when I dropped down to 87 grain Hornady VMAX loads, actual factory, I was hovering 3-shot groups at half MOA. I actually have images and pictures of all that on Ballistic app. With 3, the minute I went to 5 MOA or 5-shot, I ended up opening up right at about 1.1 MOA. And then finally, my hand loads were going right at about 0.988 to 1.1. And that was 5-shot groups. 3-shot group, I actually have one that is a 0.467 measured from Ballistic app. Now, this one shoots. The issue, and this is where I guess you get what you pay for. And this was not a cheap gun, but it was not an expensive gun. This gun came in right at, I want to say I paid $6 or $7.09 plus shipping, plus transfer fees to my dealer. So it came out about $800 almost. Now, I want to show you this awesome bolt. Check that out. Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm missing my handle. And in fairness, I'm making this video. It was just after 5. It was 5:01 p.m. today, which is, I don't know, Thursday. And I just missed calling them. They're very, Bergara and CVA are extremely receptive to phone calls, except from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock Eastern time when they're out to lunch. They are very responsive to emails as well, and they're good customer service. So I give them that. They're an excellent customer service company, not unlike Bushnell and some others. So here's the deal. Looks like metal injection molding or cast. I mean, and this is where it belongs. It's a really nice oversized bolt throw. I do not know if it unscrews. I briefly tried to get it off by hand the first day just to see if it unscrewed, and I could not get it off. So, interestingly, the bolt, if we'll look at the face, this is what started. So my first groups, I was doing single feed. Then I went to 10 round factories. And after I hit about, I think it was 60 or 70 rounds down range, I went over to my hand loads. What's interesting, somewhere around the 30 range, while I was still in factory loading, my ejector, that big hole right there, I noticed wasn't ejecting. And when I would feed it, come back, nothing. I pulled real hard, try, look, and then I look down inside, and my ejector was down inside, and the spring wasn't doing its springy thing. So I continued shooting. Everything was fine. I came home, cleaned it, sprayed a little bit of oil down there, push it with a brass pick, try to see if I could get it back out. And guess what? It didn't come out. So sprayed some more, put some Croil in it. There is, right here, there is a clip, like a little C-clip. That C-clip rides around and holds the extractor. I'm not even on it. It's hard to see, sorry. On the extractor right here in place. And that goes right through the backside. I'm trying to get it so you can see. There we go. So that is there. And right next to it is a little roll pin hole. And a roll pin comes in, as I'm looking at it, like if the bolt handle was back here from right to left, and then out from left to right. What's interesting is this is all one-piece machined. This is really nice heavy duty. And then you get to the internal. So I called on this past Monday, so it is Thursday now. Here is super shiny, nice ejector and spring. So when I called, I sent an email, I called, and the response from CVA Bergara was, yep, it's probably rusted in shipment. Well, here's the thing. It's not rusted. And I finally got it out after soaking from Monday to today. And I just want to show you the bolt and firing pin. It's nice. These threads are hokey as shit. I feel like these are cast, super lightweight. And they feel like they're going to break on that barrel shroud. This piece rides on the inside. Of course, I can't do it now because it's compressed. The spring needs to be compressed down. This sits in here. What you heard was actually my screwdriver coming out. So to take this apart, you actually have to stick a screwdriver in. Goes underneath here and here. And that holds it in place while you're going. So it all fits together. A weak link is going to be this. So Bergara, CVA, told me, take a piece of wood, smack the crap out of it here on the bolt face. So I'm not an idiot. I started with a rubber mallet. You know, when I called them over the weekend and first I called them on Monday, they said hit it harder than you think. So I went down, I hit my mallet so hard that it actually loosened the head. They told me you got to hit it even harder. So they said try a block of wood. Okay. So I put a block of wood on after soaking this for an additional 2 days in Croil down inside, and I had it in a plastic bag, so just in case it came shooting out at me. I took my piece of wood, it was in the plastic bag, I put a piece of cloth over it and another piece of cloth over it, because again, I don't want to damage it, and I held it just like this in the plastic bag. And I went whack, whack, whack. And I looked down at it through the bag. Again, everything else was covered with cloth, so I moved aside, I looked. I'd already punctured a little bit of the plastic bag because that's how hard you had to hit it, but it was nice and smooth, and I saw that the ejector was ejecting. So it came out far enough that I grabbed it with some needle nose pliers, gently pulled it out, got in, I looked, and I took the claws apart. I looked down and I was like, oh. So just from the impact alone of using the piece of wood per their recommendation, my bolt handle sadly decided it didn't want to live anymore and snapped off. Again, holding it like this, wasn't on the ground, was actually in the air just like this going. Such is my luck. So right at about 100 rounds, 90 to 100 rounds through this gun, grouping was showed extreme promise, and the bolt is failed. Bolt failure occurred, I think, in the first 20, but I can't verify. It was definitely by the first 30. I noticed it wasn't going when I started to feed it. And also, I can't get any more 10-round mags, which sucks. So am I happy? No, I think it sucks. I think this is a piece of shit with exceptional huntability, and it is sexy as whatever. So that said, Bergara and Robbie especially, and the other team that answers the phone, whoever talks to, have been awesome with any of my Bergara issues. That said, here is their bolt. I want to show you. Let me see if I can just do this. Trying to do this all in one take for you. Nice and simple. This is a Bergara B14 bolt. Machined head. Looks just like a Remington 700. Here's their tri-lug, I guess. One piece. And this one, you know, this is a interchangeable bolt handle in theory, and a Remington 700 pattern. Much heavier duty, much beefier, and much nicer. So far, the B14 is in the fit and finish, and it is a couple $100 more. But just be aware, if you're going to buy one of these, they did tell me to do it. They told me to hit it like this. I'm sure they're going to take care of me customer service wise, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to have to send a gun in. I don't like sending guns to the factory. I don't like having to send things in. They should be able to just give me a bolt. The problem is, are they going to be able to headspace a new bolt for me? Probably not. That said, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I don't know. What do you think? Leave me a comment. Should I just ask for my money back, have them refund me? Because I am disappointed. I have been on a quest for a bull barrel threaded 243 for about 2.5 years. And I finally got one. And Wednesday last week was 1 week Wednesday. It was 1 week. I picked it up Wednesday. I shot it Thursday. Or actually, did I go home? No, I shot it Thursday because I went right home. Shot it the next day, put the scope on. Finished sighting it in on Saturday. And then went to the range, shot it Saturday, came out with some really nice groups, came in, did it again, shot a few more rounds. So again, brand new, just over a week old. This yesterday would have been 2 weeks of actually owning this gun physically, and less than a week of shooting it, and less than 100 rounds. And I gotta look at my book, and I'm probably closer to between 80 and 90. Although I sometimes shoot more, I do record everything in terms of quantity and groups, but I haven't had anything up. So anyway, there you go. Cascade, first experience with them. I've heard great things. I want to tell you this: the metal injection molding failed me, or the cast parts failed me. You know, nothing inherently wrong with this style, but it is a very weak style. And the fact that they said they thought that the spring and the ejector might have been rusted in shipping, it actually was not. So there, but there was no crud in the bottom. I actually stuck a little piece of cotton down in there, pulled it out, and other than a little bit of carbon fouling, so it just might have been carbon locked. I have no idea. But it is a weak link, and so far it sucks. Let me know what you guys think. This is the Varmint Hunter 2024 edition, because SHOT Show just happened, what, a week ago. So they announced some new calibers, and I noticed the 243 might not be in the lineup. So we'll see what happens. But fit and finish, feel, it's awesome. There's zero kick, as expected with a 243 with an Apollo brake on that. Anyway, figured I'd give you that update, and hopefully more videos coming. We'll see what happens. I tend to have some fantastic luck, and I will share what happened with my Bergara in another video, and probably not tonight, because I think this is enough for it. However, this is getting posted right now. It's all one take, 17 plus minutes, going to YouTube, and we'll see. But I have a plethora of stuff behind me. I'm not going to show you what it is because I don't want you to see it yet, because I want to do it in each video. And then, obviously, you've seen a lot of these. So, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see what happens, and I hope for the best. I know Bergara of CVA will take care of me. It's whether or not that I actually think I want to continue with it. It's sad, because I really did like it. It was actually something I really wanted. I got it, and it's not cheap, especially in this economy. Anyway, stay safe. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.